So over the weekend, Ratman's Blue Story peaked at 1.3 million in box office sales and went number 3 alongside Frozen 2. This is all good news, but it could have been better if something else didn't happen.
There was no denying the violence, however, which erupted on Saturday at a cinema complex in Birmingham, which was showing the film. Involving around 100 people, 6 teenagers were arrested.
This film Blue Story about warring gangs was being screened at the View Cinema at the time. The chain has now pulled it in its outlets across the UK and Ireland.
View Cinema removed the film from all its 91 screens across the UK. It comes after a fight broke out at the Star City Multiplex in Birmingham. However, the kids were going to watch Frozen 2. So how the hell did View come to the decision to remove a film that had nothing to do with the fight? This is Blue Story versus View, the racist conspiracy. The first question we have to ask is, what is Blue Story about? If you went to school during the early 2000s, you know about gang violence, and you know it was at an all-time high, worse than now. The film is based on a true story about Peckham and Lewisham and a well-known gang rivalry in southeast London. A different story is why Blue Story? Why are you making this one into a film and not the others?
The reason I made this one into the film, because this one's based on my childhood, man. This one means more to me than any other story I've made, which is why this was the first YouTube story I ever made. Because this was literally my life. Remember, I came from Deptford going to school in Camberwell, you know, and at the time when I went there, the areas were in a massive war. Like the ghetto and Peckham thing was a real thing, and I didn't know any ghetto boys when I started in that school. I didn't even know who ghetto boys were, like at all. Like, and then next thing you know, a few years in, year 9, year 10, I'm the bad guy because I'm the only one in the school whose bus goes past Peckham into New Cross. So that was weird, man. That made a lot of things change in my life. People I thought were my friends at that point turned out really not real friendship. They're more loyal to their area. And even at the time, all the people, I speak to them all now, we're all brothers now, but at the time, it hurt, man, because, you know, like, they were close to me, you know. I thought that they was my guys. Like, you see how Timmy and Michael, you thought that was his guys, so you don't understand when they just turn. And that hindsight now, it's not that deep. But then, when I was a kid, it was everything to me. So that made me start rolling with the man there from my area. I figured if they think I'm that, I'll be that then. So I started chilling with the people from that area, and that became my story, bruv. And that's the story I wanted to tell.
I feel like it's just true to everyday life as well. Like, you get an insight to like a normal situation that can go so left. Do you know what I mean? So like, I feel like it's true to real life, because on the surface, you just see young black men, but you never know what they're actually going through. So I feel like this film is just an insight to how our world kind of works.
How do we know it's a racist conspiracy? Well, there's one thing: the media. They use the words gang film to describe it. And for those that watched it would know it's more than just about gangs. Yeah, how do you respond to critics that say things like, oh, this is another film that just plays in the stereotype of gangs and the black community? You know what people say. How do you respond to that?
I respond to is, obviously, you haven't seen it. Because anyone that says that has not seen the movie, bro. Because they see a trailer and say that. But anyone that watches that comes out of that cinema not thinking of any negative stereotype. You go out there and you think about that character that you was rooting for and think, damn. You know, you don't think about that. So anyone that says that ain't seen it. I don't care. If anyone can say that all day, can say what they want on the build-up. Go watch the film, then come back to me, then let's talk again.
Once you see the film, you'd see that no act of violence has no consequences. Every person that does an act of violence has a consequence, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, like we don't glorify violence in any way, shape or form.
Yeah.
At all.
And I feel like as well, if people are saying that, it's like, how many times have we seen mafia films, like, you know what I'm trying to say, that showing the same kind of violence and this family and stuff, like, it's essentially the same sort of thing, but from our world and our perspective. And I feel like that's what's important. If anyone has something to say about them, this film might not be for them.
In a statement, View said the film opened in 60 of its sites across the UK and Ireland on Friday. But during the first 24 hours of the film, over 25 significant incidents were reported and escalated to senior management in 16 separate cinemas. They went on to say this is the biggest number we have ever seen for any film in such a short time frame. For all we know, Blue Story could have possibly gone number 1. But what we do know is that it got the support it deserved. And if you haven't seen Blue Story, go down and see it.